Yo guys, long time no see. The word of the week this week is experience. In this word of the week, I'm going to give you a little snippet of my experience in Singapore with my intensive creative residency at Odyssey Dance Theatre. Firstly, I just want to thank Danny and the whole team for such an amazing, life-changing experience. If you guys are watching, I love you. Right, so I was out in Singapore for 7 days. Singapore is very different. For those people who don't know, it's in Asia, it's in a completely different climate. It's 30 degrees there every day without fail, and it's humid, it was hot, man lost weight. I still look good, but I'm not gonna lie, I was sweating buckets every day. I guess one of the best things about this experience, and one of the biggest life lessons I learned, was actually being in a completely different country, completely different continent, and being completely by myself. If I needed help or assistance from anyone from the UK, not only when I'm calling you, you guys would be asleep because of the time difference, but it would take you 16 hours just to get to me. This was for me my first experience in a completely different country, a completely different continent, completely by myself, and only had myself to depend on. If nobody has done a trip like this, I would definitely recommend it. It puts things in perspective in life. Being in that environment where you are completely by yourself and you can only depend on yourself, you learn to trust yourself. You learn to trust your instincts. You learn to take care of yourself and the appropriate ways to hold yourself to just stay out of trouble. Yeah, I challenged myself. I didn't take taxis out there. I bought myself a Singapore Oyster card, and I was riding there underground, which I can say is a lot cleaner than England. In fact, you can get fined for drinking or eating on public transport. Plus, also, it's so much cheaper. I was traveling every single day and I only spent maybe £12 on travel. I think Transport for London can learn from this experience. Lower than prices, man. Now I'm playing. But it was experience which meant that you had to take responsibility for all of your actions at every point in time. And no one's gonna come and save you if you mess things up. You have to take care of it yourself. I guess it was great for me to know that I could be put in this environment and still flourish. There was a lot of people who didn't necessarily flourish in this environment, didn't carry themselves well, and gave themselves quite a bad reputation. Your first impressions with people are important. How people see you, how people perceive you, the positive energy that you bring out is gonna attract positive energy into your life. If you're a smiling and happy person, or if you're just not a negative person, you're gonna attract these things into your life. When people see you, they have a positive experience with being with you, and they're gonna wanna see you again. So on the opposite side of that spectrum, if you are constantly negative, if you're constantly complaining, if you're constantly finding excuses for things, people are not gonna wanna come to you. People are not gonna wanna spend time around you because you're bringing negative energy into a situation, which may already be bad to begin with. But by saying these things and not being proactive, you're not making it any better. So one of the biggest experiences I learned, especially when you're in a professional environment, is to remain professional. I cannot stress this enough. Remain professional, because there were some people within this journey that I would never employ. And maybe they were 10 times better than me, but I would never employ them because they were just unprofessional. The experience I had with them was not necessarily a pleasant one. And the thing is, I don't know them other than my experience with them. So this could be a bad judgment on my part, but this is all the information that they presented me with. I'm a strong believer of second chances, but you may not get a second chance with some people. So it's important that your first impression is the right one. And I experienced harmony in a way that I've never seen before. Singapore is one of those places where just on one road you had a mosque, you had a Catholic church, you had a Hindu temple, you had a Chinese temple, all in the same block, and there was just respect. There was nothing but respect. Before you go into any of these places, you take off your shoes and you respect the environment, and you know that no one's gonna steal your shoes. And that can't happen in London because I got nice kicks. If I leave my shoes outside, they ain't lasting a minute. But in this environment, there was a communal peace, a communal harmony that was very beautiful to see. These things which wars have been fought over, religion, etc., etc. In this particular community, it actually was what brought people together. It sparked conversation. People's differences actually brought people together. And this was amazing to see. From this experience, I learned, yes, Just because you're different, or just because somebody else dresses differently than you, or speaks a different language than you, or believes other things than you, doesn't mean that you guys have to be enemies. In fact, your differences can spark conversation and understanding to bring you guys closer. It was amazing to see. Man, there's a lot of green in Singapore. There's a lot of beautiful, beautiful, beautiful things to see, and I would have loved for my parents and my brothers to have been out there with me and a few other people. You know who you are. It would have been amazing. The sun, the beach, the sand, the environment, the weather, it was beautiful. This experience humbled me, seeing God's creation and all this beauty, and you see that you are this small, tiny little speck in this grand spectrum of things. This can make you feel very insignificant. But even in a giant machine, if one tiny little screw is missing, that can be the thing which sets off a chain reaction so that the whole thing gets destroyed. In this sense, it was humbling, but it also put things in perspective in terms of tiny little screw has significance. This tiny little screw has a function. And when it's in the right place, doing the right thing at the right time, it is the reason why this whole massive complex mechanism works and functions. And without it, it wouldn't. So in this sense, I can also tell you that you are significant and you matter. People may tell you that you're insignificant and you don't matter, but you do. You serve a function as part of this community of humanity on this planet, and you can make a positive difference if you are in the right place, doing the right thing at the right time. This is why it's important to leave positive experiences with others, because you're not alone. You're not on this planet alone. There is a saying that you are made up of your experiences. Yes, you are made up of your past experiences. Your past experiences dictate some of your judgments. You know, you put your hand in fire and you knew that it's hot, so you don't do that anymore. Well, hopefully you don't do it anymore. If you're into that thing, I'm not judging. Your experiences do shape you, but you make your experiences. Your experiences don't make you. This is important. I could have gone in there and sat in my hotel room and never explored Singapore at all and just went to class and did my thing. But I put myself in uncomfortable positions to learn, to grow, to encourage forward thinking, to have a great experience, to experience the culture. And I made that experience. And yes, in turn, this experience is definitely going to be a part of me and how I move forward for the rest of my life, that is for sure. But what is important here is that I put one foot in front of the other and I kept on walking, and I got out that door and I took my life into my own hands and went and made the great, amazing experiences that I wanted to make. This world is full of amazing things for you to see and do and experience, and I urge you to go and explore. Let's get it.